Hey guys and gals, welcome to another project. Today we have Space Base and Rocket Launchpad by LEGO City Space. This is set number 60434, contains 1,422 bricks, retails for $134.99, and this set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. And this is part of it right here. And it is broken down into 4 manuals. So here we got another manual here. It's like a rocket launch pad, and looks like a Land Rover of some kind with some aliens by it or whatever that thing is. We don't know what that is. And yeah, so we also got a set of stickers too. And for the most part, that's not too bad for 1,422 bricks. I'm trying to drop that box on the ground. And it comes in a really big box too. If you've watched the main channel, you know how big it is. So yeah, we're going to have to put those on the bricks. So what I am proposing to do, and I'm trying to get myself situated here, I don't like doing these big large models that take several installments, but there are 10 bags, and the way this is broken down in such a way that it's not really equal. I'm going to say bags 8, 9, and 10 for the last installment. And in this installment, we're going to be doing manual 1, possibly 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to dive right on in here. Let me get everything kind of situated. So I'm only going to be interested in the first 4 bags. So let me start tossing ones that I'm not interested in. So there's 2. That has to stay close to me. And I absolutely have no more space in here. I'm literally I have too many Lego sets. If I was a kid, this would be a dream. But as an adult, with very limited time, it's not. Found bag 1. You know, I may have to split this thing down into smaller installments. I may have to do that. So what I'm going to do is try to keep the installments pretty small here. Okay, so I'm setting out the first 3 bags now. And honestly, it looks like we get a lot of stuff to do. A lot of things. I may need to move this closer so you'll see what I'm building here. And since we're building from booklet 1, because I'm going to be honest, I don't think I can build all this in one sitting. Okay, so we'll see how far we can get this evening, and it's a bedside build, so I don't know what I got myself into. That doesn't look too bad. Alrighty, let's situate everything here. And yes, yeah, I'll be moving the camera a bunch on this one, so if you're sensitive to the camera motion, I'm sorry, but that's the only way to do these. And it seems like we are exposed too much. I'm just setting up all the parameters, and this is the behind the scenes for people who are not really aware of how I do things here. Okay, let's begin with bag 1, which is this. So let's build it. And we also get a couple of plates, 2 6x16s and an 8x16, and one of these, I think it's like just an orange ramp. Just one. I'll see if I can get a couple more. Alright, here we go. And yes, if you watch the main channel, I had to do it like this. And just by looking at this, we are going to probably break this thing into small installments. It'd probably be easier. Just gonna pour everything out. Now we'll take a closer look at everything throughout the video as we're building. I don't unbox, or I don't do the whole unboxings for sets this large. It just takes too much time. It really does. Alright, so I mean, this right here in itself would just be a set. So for 1,400 pieces, I'm gathering probably each bag probably has about 130, 140 pieces. So, alrighty, let's do it. Let's get this thing going here. And we got to start off with our minifigures with the weapons, of course. And so let me note the time here. So I've already spent 5 minutes just doing that. Okay. So, what has everybody been up to? I haven't been up to anything much, just surviving through. Well, that's kind of an interesting piece. It'd make a great, like a sea creature underwater. I haven't been really busy with anything, just been working a lot and not working at work, but just doing a lot of stuff. And today is December 9th, 2023. Ooh. So I'm just trying to set everything up here. Hey, at least we're not dumping it all out in one sitting, because that would really be bad. Alright, so now we got to find the shoulder guards. I think there's another minifigure, because this is right here. This is one of the sets that I wasn't quite expecting to get. Oh, we've seen him before. Maybe it's the wrong beard, because it shows one that goes around further. Yeah. We've seen him. He's like the skateboarder dude. All we just got to do is give him some broccoli hair, and he's ready to go. Let's put that in there. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. And yeah, there's 2 minifigures that we're gonna, and a bunch of accessories. So maybe we'll probably spend the first installment building this bag. I don't know yet. It's just a lot of stuff in here. And of course, I know there's going to be someone that's going to say, well, Jay, I can build that faster. Well, let's see you do it. So it looks like we're really going to be spending a lot of time here just putting together the minifigures. And I'm already going to pull these out as it is. And from what I can tell, there's a lot of these. So if you're looking for the little space emblems, there you go. Okay, I'm looking for the helmets. Okay, here it is. Now we got to find a visor. Yeah, Lego's kind of cute when they do this. They give you a bunch of big pieces and say, here, let's start with the little things first. And that's never good when these things get stuck in there. Can't even get that out. And there's been some complaints about this right here. Why did, Lego doesn't really pack things up very well. I don't know what their intent is, but I guess they expect some of us to have hemostats and stuff. Okay, I found a visor. I'd like to get one of these guys done by the end of the year. Alright, and that's it. But we're not done with him yet. The minifigures on these sets are pretty cool. Now I gotta find some weird thing. And a drill bit and a gold stud. Now mind you, I haven't even finished anything yet. Like this thing says boo on a printed tile. Alright, one of these metallic leaf pieces. So yeah, but I may have to index this part here as building the figures. Can you see what I'm doing over here? Barely. Alright, and I'm still trying to find everything. Well, that's a cog. Okay, here we are. I found part of it. And I got the gold stud. Now I got to find the drill bit. There it is. We just survived through the first minifigure. Alright. So maybe this is not a weapon. Maybe it's a drill of some kind. Like a hand drill. Well, if I can get it in his little hand. Well, there we go. Not too bad. Okay, we survived that guy. Now we got to do one with the green torso and stuff and a green helmet. That's the skateboarder dude. We've seen him around. In fact, he'd look better with a fade too. Oh wait a minute! You know what I forgot to do? Put the thing on the back of him. I guess to attach accessories. There we go. Oh, you got your head's on backwards. You can't have that. Okay. Got the helmet, now I got to find a visor. I was looking at this set thinking, well, this shouldn't be too bad, until I opened it up and we all saw how many boxes or bags there were, and you saw how the manuals were broken up. So I got that on backwards. I'll flip that around. And no, we're not going to spend 91 hours on the figures today. Sorry to disappoint everyone. And I'm going to make sure that the backpack on the last one here doesn't have anything on the back. Oh, it does. I forgot to put a piece on it. So we're technically not even done with the figures yet. So it's actually supposed to go back here. At least these are unnamed, so I don't have to memorize all the names. That's why I requested city. I got tired of being roasted for mispronouncing names, so these are just generic figures at this point, but who cares? They're going to still be pretty cool. Oh, this piece is nice. That'd be great for like a decoration, maybe for a front of a safe or a vault door. Or maybe a Ninja Turtle thing, we don't know. And he has the metal detector. So we will put that in his little paw there. Now he can detect for those rare minerals and stuff. And he's done. Let me make it where he can stand up straight, not slouch like his buddy here. We'll just do this. Now they're not slouching. Alright, now we got to build the two alien things. And we do have a brick separator too, which is cool. Looks like we may get a spare one of those. This is something you'd see like for like a sea creature or a jellyfish or something. Well, Jay, when are you going to get to the big stuff? I don't know. There you go. Those two are done. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to tackle this. Okay. Let's set this right here in the middle. That's a good place to start. That's what the book says. And then here we go. And this alone here may be just enough here to... I don't know how I'm going to break this set down. I could just do it in 5 smaller installments and just, trickle it through. But the thing is, I have a bunch of other sets that I have to review, like a bunch. I mean, it's a lot. And this is actually the biggest out of all the sets that I have so far. It's like, okay, I'm tired of this stuff rolling around. Do I have a container around here that's empty? Of course I don't. So we'll just throw them all in the back there. And hoping to see some pretty interesting colors. See, here's orange, but this is bright orange. You can tell the difference there. So, and then we have flame yellowish orange. So this set here has 3 different colors of oranges. And then this is actually the 4th orange, which is dark orange. We've seen that before. Yeah, so Christmas is just around the corner, and somebody was being very naughty, so they're not getting nothing from me this year. I hate when people get like that and they more or less trash talk you, and you're like, why? You know? So, and yes, I'm that hard. I'm going to spare everybody the after comments on that one too. Okay, this goes right here. This must be something we do here. We don't know what that does yet. You know, my family was asking me, what do you want, really, really, really want for Christmas? And I named off some stuff, and I mean, there's really not a whole lot. And, you know, and I thought, well, at the end of the day, I'd rather spend time with my family than have material things, but it's a whole long story behind that. And that's where that printed tile goes in there. And I think these are orange. So yeah, this is kind of a slow project, slow going. I don't know how far I want to get. I'd like to keep these about an hour and 10 minutes. Really, editing an hour and a half, 2-hour segments is getting to be a little too much. You know, it gets to be a lot. So I'm actually got a timer here that I'm watching and trying to keep these kind of subtle a little bit. So I don't know how I'm going to break it down. And we put the corner tiles on the inside. What is this, some kind of like a portal that takes you back into the overworld? I mean, it looks like something you'd see like in Minecraft or something, huh? I don't know what we're doing here. The beauty about building Lego sets, sometimes you just have to wonder, like, what was the creator thinking? What were they trying to achieve? Oh man, I had a bacon sandwich and a sausage sandwich today. They were pretty good for them. That's what we had for dinner. Pretty good. These have got that metallic sheen to them. This must be some kind of a rock formation or something. It's hard to say. It's kind of almost like it's sloppily built right there. Yeah, when I was a kid, I would have dreamed to have all these sets. And besides, you got to be an adult to get in this program anyways. That's kind of cool. And, you know, that's the thing though, when you get to become an adult, if you're watching this and you're under 18, it takes a while in order to get a good career just to do all this stuff. You know, Ooh, I don't think I have these in magenta. I don't know if this part comes in that color. That's a new color for that. It'd be great for like a strawberry flavor ice cream or something. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool for an ice cream shop. What are we using it for? Some futuristic plant. It's like some unknown species here with one leaf. The one leaf plant that's going to come in and haunt you in your nightmares. Alright. So here's another piece of that, kind of that rusty orange. This sits here, so I think this is supposed to explode here. Alright. Oh yes, the blue hand from the void comes to visit us. That must be E.T. Kind of like this, and that flies off. So, honestly, that's something that'll probably get lost. Yeah, it even shows you that it shoots out. Alright, and that's it for this piece here. So it's some kind of plant shrine things. That's what the metal detector's for. Alright, well, we got that done. And let's see here. Yeah, we can go a little further. And then we have the Land Rover. Probably also a good, nice city vehicle too. We don't know yet. We haven't gotten that far. Oh, these are nice. They're not that, I may have to get some of these for my campers. Like, these are transparent black. These are actually black. They're not like the transparent dark brown. Both will suffice for tinted windows, but these would be perfect for a modern camper. Or for an office building, too. I've had some of you comment said you like my tidbits on them, like, oh, this could be used for this, or that part would be great for that idea. You know, that's when you're a mock builder, and you, especially if you're a kid, you know, you could see this stuff. A few adults can. If you're an artist, okay, I'm going to start tossing these somewhere over there. You know, you can see this stuff. When you get older, you kind of lose the imagination. But for some of us, including myself, we don't lose it as easily. That's a good thing. If you could see it in your mind and how something's supposed to be built, you possess that power. Some people look at a bunch of parts going, I can't build anything out of this. I don't know where to start. You know, and then I look at something thinking, you know, I can make something out of this. You know, like this right here. This right here would make a great skateboard ramp. Just get 3 more of those in that color and make a half pipe, or just make a quarter pipe. Make a great piece for a skate park. Get those in different colors too, you know, there's just so much. Black pieces, what would you use those for? To black out something in the back, or for vehicles. So if you can see stuff in your mind, in your imagination, there you go. That's how artists usually come up with ideas. And we always say there's a lot of computer programmers in the Lego community and web developers. Why? Because you got to have an imagination to write that stuff up. Because when you write up a computer program, well, it's a half round. If you write up a computer program, you have to see it like 1,000 steps ahead. Yeah, let's grab a couple of these orange tiles. I thought I grabbed that part. Must be the rear lights. But that's the whole beauty about Lego. It's a beautiful, it's only that it's a toy, but it's a beautiful product for building just stuff from your mind. And it's taken something that's blocky and turned it into something cool. Okay, this is not Lego that I grew up with, but who cares, right? And Lego's backwards compatible. You can build all those old blocky buildings with modern parts. No one will ever know. Okay. Yeah, that's how it usually goes. This vehicle's actually going pretty fast. So I may be inclined to do bag 2 after this one, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some of those. Those are really cool. See, it's kind of tints it out a bit, but that's got a nice color to it. Maybe this is a hearse or something. We don't know. I still can't believe I built that hearse. Some people say it was kind of morbid, you know, during Halloween. I just thought, well, why not? You know, let's build a hearse. Couldn't think of any other projects to do. And I got a couple of car ideas that I want to work on. I've been thinking about more and more doing the whole exclusive stuff. Sneak in maybe one extra tutorial a month for exclusives. And they won't be released for, it'll be like 2025 models or something. Haven't figured out how I want to do it yet. Jay, please don't put it behind a paywall. I'm sorry, but that's a lot of work to put in these tutorials and stuff. As long as I'm preserving my ideas, that's all that matters. Because that's what I was originally just using YouTube for, was just to preserve things, to share it with everybody. I never thought it would ever explode like this, but it has. And yeah. Alright, so what are we... I mean, I know it's some kind of Land Rover, but... hard to say what we're doing here. And I'm trying my best not to yawn in your ears. Yeah, today was kind of miserable. So I'm trying to do some Lego to kind of cool my mind. I've been editing tons of reviews. You would not imagine how many reviews. It's just getting kind of crazy. What? Did I do something wrong? Huh. That's not even... Oh. Whoopsie me. Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to put a plate at the bottom. Well, we're going to do that right now. No one will ever know in the tour video. Why? Because we'll be touring it, not review. We won't be noting all the mistakes. Now, I don't know where that goes exactly. So I'm going to take a speed through the book and see here. Well, we obviously see the mirrors. Okay. So there's a mirror of something coming up here. Looks like it's probably part of the sides. So I'm just going to grab it and start building the mirrors. And this is a set, this is a theme that I'm not really interested in. Just flat out saying it. I'm just not, oh, that's printed. That's a nice piece. It's got a battery indicator and stuff. We've been seeing that a lot lately. But this is not really a theme that I'm interested in, but so far from what I have been building, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. I just can't get into space. When I signed up for creator sets, I thought I was, you know, like getting like buildings or something, you know, something we can have a little fun with. But, you know, I mean, I can't, you know, beggars can't be choosers. So, you know, you just take what you can get. You know, some get the bigger train models and all that stuff, and you know, I would love to have a train. I have the Christmas train. I have the parts to build a train, but you know, I'm still trying to gather up all the essentials in order to do it. To make a custom train, that's on my bucket list, is to make a custom train. Have I done it? No. kind of not following the instructions, my bad. So if you're following along, yeah. But I haven't made a custom train. I really want to do it just to see if I can. I heard a lot of people say they're hard to build, so I'm going to try it. I may fail a few times. We'll just keep trying until I get it working, you know. Just like building a Lego house. No, you just got to practice. Okay, silver metallic, radiator grills. Okay, this is the one we did here. It goes on this side of the vehicle. So, not too bad. I'm assuming this one goes over here. How do we know? Well, looks familiar, huh? So that's what I did. This is a nice little vehicle. It almost looks like an armored car. It's just missing the front part. Make a great armored car. Or some kind of funky SUV. So let's see here. But yeah, this is keeping my interest so far. So far, so good. And we are missing a part. Uh-oh. I do not have those. So let's take a look here. Oh, the tire was eating it up. Naughty tire. Okay. So this must be where the driver sits, and this is probably the flatbed. Now it makes more sense. Like that. You know, change the colors of that up. Put some tracks on the bottom. They make a great caterpillar machine for like a snowy biome or something. I mean, just replace the pickaxe with some other things. Put that in there and put the shovel on the other side. It's got a lot of accessories so far. And now we got to install the tires. Sweep all that over there. They want the lug nuts facing out. They don't want the fancy rims. Okay. We will do just that. And then I gotta start preparing myself for bed. But don't worry, I'll let you know when I'm tired. Actually, you'll know eventually because you'll watch the end of the video. And stick that on there. Oh, at least it can stay up on 3 wheels. Just this alone made a great set. Okay, we got to build a battery sail thing here. Okay, our minifigure, a skater minifigure is hiding all the goods. So this is actually just like a fuel cell. I like those. They're like an opaque purple. Okay, it goes back in there. So I guess it's meant to just to come out, but you know, I mean, you can just pull it out like that, but I may be just inclined to leave it in there. And I don't know what that piece went to. Did we miss something? Oh yes, we missed something on the inside here. Well, let's pop that off. This is actually supposed to go in there. So, you know, that happens. How do I get that in there? Well, I'm going to pop one of these sides off. Yeah, I mean, I make mistakes. You know, hey, I don't filter or censor that. How does that? Which way does that go? Oh. So if you forget that, that's where that goes right there. Yeah, put that back on there. Now it's crumbling apart. But see, that's my mistake. I'm not dinging off for that because if I make the mistake, that's on me. And honestly, though, those make great side mirrors for maybe like a semi or something or an 18-wheeler. Put that back on there. Must be the little radio antenna. Probably the 5.8 gigahertz radio frequencies that the aliens use to talk to everybody. And that's it. For bag 1 and manual 1. So manual 1 just did just that. And so far I'm pleased with the build. And just for some added bonuses here, we do have a lot of little spare pieces with this. That's a lot of stuff, but we'll hang on to that because we may need them in the next bag. Alright, let's work on bag number 2, and we're going to dive right into the big manual here. At least it's broken down into modular form. So I just got done uploading the video and flossed my teeth, slowly getting ready for bed. I'm still pretty much awake. It's like 2:30 in the morning. And we're just gonna unbag everything real quick. You know, looks like we're gonna be in for a workout. I may end up breaking this thing down into possibly 5 installments of 2 bags each. We'll see. I was hoping to do at least bags 1 through 4. It just depends, you know. Okay, those are black frames. Okay, that's cool. And just for a first glance, I do see some common parts and not so common colors. Another minifigure. Alright, so let's get going here. Yeah, we got that new orange color. Alright, so slowly start piecing together parts for our figure. And it looks like she's pretty easy to build. I just got to find all the required pieces here. Well, that's the thing. I'm looking for the torso. Where did that go? There it is. All right. And got to find the visor. We don't want her brains to get sucked out through her nose. See, when you're spending all this time looking for small stuff, it kind of is a pain. All right, what I'm going to do... Oh, wait, but you know what? She needs the decorations on her back, too. I'm going to skip the figure for right now. We're going to do it as we go. Oh, there's more. Well, we're going to have to. Let's just work on something else. I don't want to be stuck doing minifigures all night long. So she's going to have to sit there while she's getting deprived of oxygen so we can get done with the rest of it here. Had an allergy attack. Yeah, it was like 30 minutes that I took a break between this build and the last one. So once this gets over like an hour, that's it. I'm going to kind of call it. Well, I found the pants. So we're going to piece her together very slowly. Does she even have a visor? Yes, she does. I was hoping this would be a really quick build, but I think you're going to spend more time looking for parts. Oh, I can use that. Set's already come with 5 so far. It might be enough to make a decent sized bus or something. I'm looking for another one of those things. We're just putting together little accessories before we even get to the big stuff, you know, and I don't understand Lego's logic on it. I don't know why we just don't build the big stuff first and then work our way down to the small stuff. Oh, and by the way, the set is at a 10 right now. It hasn't been degraded. Of course, a lot of things can go wrong. It could fail instantly. But right now, okay, I found this part for her. Okay, I'm going to have to start sorting things out by color. Okay, I found this part for her backpack. So she's still missing the visor. And this goofy thing here is missing the part that goes on the bottom. Okay. All right. Put that there. We hadn't even gotten to the fun stuff yet. This is the big piece here. So, okay, I found the visor for her. Now she's done. Pretty cool. Now I'm working on this little goofy gadget here. Oh, I've got a control panel that's printed. Lego should make an Alien, the movie Alien themed. That would be a fun one. I have to build 2 of those. Wow, okay. Matter of fact, it did. I was like, what? I was looking at that, but no, I have to build another one of those little round things. Well, okay, there's a tile for it. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of rustling because the manual's bumping into the recorder, the audio recorder. And let's see here. It may take me 30 minutes to build just this one thing. I don't know. You notice when we got to the big stuff on the other one, we just started blasting through builds. There's always been some people who say they don't like the new parts that Lego brings out. Here's the deal. You can pick any parts you want to work on. So you put this on here like that and fold the legs up. So this is probably some kind of a little droid or something. I got to get a blue tile for the headlight. I think that's done. No, it's not done yet. Of course not, because we got all the big parts and we got to find little skeleton arms now. Still haven't figured out if I want to go to that Lego convention or not, but that's still like a month or 2 away. I'm gonna see if there's anybody that's that I know that's going to be there, and probably make it a bit more fun. All right, and there's supposed to be a sail that goes in the back, so right here. We're still not done with that yet. All these big pieces, and I'm looking for the smallest, tiniest bits that I can find. Alright, so you gotta take the battery thing and put it in so we know how charged the phone is before we go out. Stick that on the back. There you go, something like that. Well, they got the battery facing upwards, so we want to match the book. There we go. Now we're done with that. Now we can do the big stuff, the fun stuff. Nobody cares about that little stuff there. Okay. Need one of these. And this. So bags 2 through 7 are going to do this. There's 6 bags. I'm not going to do them all in one sitting. Now we can start focusing on the big stuff now. We got to clean off the workbench. Let's see gray brick and some palisades. Alright, let's see. Well, the more we put on, the less we have to go through, right? Let's see if we can get all that cleaned off tonight. There we go. Let's just hang over, huh? I don't know what goes here. Maybe it's more pieces that snap onto this. So far it is modular. Because all that there is not really dependent on this, I think, as far as I know of. I'm hoping it is, because if it is, that's going to even be better for build experience, because then you can share the build with a friend. That's what I'm always looking forward to. Okay, I need to get a hinge. These are mirrored. Okay, so let's slide that out of the way here. We're going to build a mirror. Of course, the one closest to me is the one that I'm going to be working from. All right, make sure my hinge is open like that. It's always good to open up your hinges. You don't want to build the stuff backwards and have to take it apart. So the opening is supposed to be towards us, and then we're going to be focusing on these two areas here, like that. Yeah, I have a few family members say I've just got way too much of this stuff, you know, and when am I going to give it up? Never. It keeps my sanity in check. You know, I got to have something to do. Okay. This one goes over here. Yep, a cluttered workbench is a busy workbench. Look how cluttered this is, but we know we're busy here. All right. Okay. And the palisade brick and two of these. That orange sticks out pretty bright. Like if you're missing a part or something, unless it's buried, but this color does stick out. And kind of wish there was a bit more color in this set, though. I mean, I understand it's a space theme and all, but you know, can't base it off of one bag. Okay, so build two more of these little heater radiator register things. I don't know what these are. Whoops, don't fall out of my hand. That was rude. Alrighty. I'm kind of quiet tonight. Just thinking about stuff and the holidays, trying to think of something to do that gets me away from here. I got to put the car back together. I'm slowly getting everything restored on that. Tomorrow I got to polish up the ground connections and get one of those little spiked washers and fire it up and see if we solve the ABS light issues. I'm hoping that does. A lot of people, even the Haynes manual says check the grounds before you take it down, and if not, then I'm gonna probably have to have the ABS module rebuilt. Means have somebody take it apart, reflow the solder, recap it, put it back in, and bleed the brakes and all that stuff. The newer ones, you can just pull the solenoid chamber things out and reflow the board. Mine's is an older truck, so I don't have that luxury. I have to do all that, and I don't feel comfortable messing with the brakes in the car. I'm a computer nerd, not an auto mechanic by any means whatsoever. Right. You notice now, since we've been starting on this, the bulk of the time that we spent was on the small stuff. You notice how everything else kind of, we're breezing through it. Now we got one wall to something there. That'd be great for a modern building. Alrighty. Oh, we got to build something small here. I thought we were going to build more of the big stuff. Maybe that goes in there. Maybe this is the thing for the Star Wars, where Obi-Wan Kenobi goes in there and shuts down the security thing inside the Death Star. I think that's what he was doing. I can't remember. I haven't seen it so long. When he goes, turns all that stuff down, disables it. Before Darth Vader sunsetted his life. All right. There's only 3 of those, but I've only found 2. All right, there's the last one. Matter of fact, since it's Christmas time, not a lot of people out here hung their lights up. It's like it just doesn't exist. But of course, electricity is so pricey now. I mean, I don't even have just a strand of lights on the house anymore because it's just ridiculously overpriced. Won't be for long before only the rich can afford to hang up the lights on their houses. All right. Now the way Lego's getting pricey, this is going to be a rich kid's toy pretty soon. Okay, I'm kind of like, ugh, where am I at here? Looking for another one of those round bricks. More round bricks? Are we kidding? White pieces on a white table. It's not really good. Well, that piece comes in that weird orange color too. I think it's just plain orange. I don't think it's nothing special. Okay. I need those and the ice cream cones. So stick these on here first. I don't know, maybe it goes on that turntable, that's what I'm thinking. So Obi-Wan Kenobi can go in there and shut down the security system. Let E.T. come in and phone home. Because the little green aliens will stop him. Because E.T. is a friendly alien, the other aliens are mean, they want to stop E.T. from phoning home. And I need to find one more of those. You know, it's just a lot of clutter up here right now. At least these are different other than white. I see the other part, I just can't get that one in there. Oh, gets better and better. Okay. Alright, so now maybe this isn't the thing that Obi-Wan Kenobi controls. I know what I think this is. You've ever seen that game called Simon where you have to press the little buttons in a certain order really fast in order to beat the game? I used to have one of those when I was a kid. They were kind of cool. I think it was because of the colored lights. And then So maybe this is the Simon Says thing, but wait a minute. Let me look here. Okay, those are supposed to sit right on top. I thought you're supposed to press those down, but they just kind of sit there right above it. All right, make sure that the key is in the right place. Okay, so I think that's what this is. Simon Says. Maybe Simon's going to tell you to press all those down real quick, or E.T.'s going to go away. He'll go back to his planet. He'll go back to the planet Melmac. If anybody knows who where Melmac is or what show I'm referring to. Maybe that's where Alf comes from, is from there. So see, you can rotate that so Alf can come visit E.T. Okay. I bet there's most of these kids that probably don't even know who E.T. is. Oh, they want me to take that off after I just put that on there? And then put it back on here. So this is meant to hang this on. I'm not taking that apart. I spent the time doing that, so that's where the armory's at. So that's where the shields go. Okay. I was like, oh no, we're not taking that apart again. I mean, I may later on, but still, I need to make 2 of these here. And for the most part, though, the color palette on this is mostly white, gray, and just a hint of color. This is probably not one of the most colorful sets. I've done a few of these already, and just from my experience, I mean, they're not bad builds. It's white. That's all it is. White. White, white, white. Well, I'm missing another one of those pieces. Where did that go? Trying to see it. Oh, I see it. It's over there. It's acting like a chameleon trying to hide from me, trying to blend in with the counter. All right, so we get a couple of we get a 1x16 and maybe some cyan blue plates or tiles. I hope this is a complete sealed model. Like you could just drop it in your city or into a space theme. It would be really cool. Well, that just came apart. I hate doing these column things. Any more of those, I have to start dinging off points Lego. I usually let 1 or 2 things slide, but that's it. And these go here. Better put that on real quick so it doesn't fall off. I know this thing hinges open, so this might be the ground floor, and so on. You know what? Let me check something here. Okay, I had to check the time there, see where we're at. I've already been in this for probably over 20 minutes. And I thought that was printed. I can always use those transparent clear tile or transparent blue. They're great for water. And yeah. I hate when you can't pick these tiles up. You have to slide them off the table just to get to them. Yeah. Oh, you know, that would be a cool set, is Alf. But I don't think a lot of the younger generations even going to know who Alf is, you know. He was only around for a few seasons, and I remember at the very last that Wheelie was taking Alf to this field because that's where his buddies were going to meet him up to pick him up. Alf was finally going to go home, and then they just canceled the show after that. They just never finished it. So we don't even know what happened to Alf. There was like a follow-up movie or something like that, but it never really explained whatever happened to the Tanner family at all whatsoever. So hard to say. I bet you anything there's going to be something that goes and ties into that, because that is right up against the top there. But Alf is one of those things that I watch. I never had an Alf doll. I had a friend that had one. Those were cool. He would talk and say some phrases. It was mostly like an adult sitcom. I remember Alf would be shown, and after that was Roseanne. The old, well, now they call it the Connors, but they used to show the old Roseanne show. And I think that was Monday nights, and then Wednesday was Unsolved Mystery Night, and I think Tuesdays was Rescue 911 night. I can't remember, but and TV lineup sure has changed. I turned on the TV tuner on the computer, and sure enough, it was just all more or less trash on there, or infomercials, and I thought, well, that's probably why I don't own a television. My family kind of thinks I'm weird. I don't own a modern television. I'm like, why? There's nothing on I want to watch. There's just nothing interesting. I'll turn it on. It's just, especially in the daytime. Those shows, who's your baby's daddy? You're the father or you're not the father, that kind of thing, you know, or the court shows that they show reruns of. They used to have Judge Wapner's, the People's Court I used to watch. There was Judge Judy, and after that it got to be a kind of redundant. But television back when I grew up was pretty cool. Okay, there you go. Pick a color. Well, that spins really good, huh? But television today is just, I don't know, a lot of the kids that friends and family, their kids watch television still nonstop. I'm making, with streaming, but a lot of them don't even know how to stream movies. In my area, most people here don't even own a computer yet. I mean, the computer out here is kind of like a rare item. Some people come into my house like, oh, wow, you have all these computers? Man, we only have an old one in our house, and it's not even connected to the internet. Like, wow. There's still a lot of places out here in my area that don't even have internet access. Cell phone coverage, for that matter. I mean, out here it's only like a bar or two. It's enough to make a phone call, but that's it. You better go out. If you want to make a call and not get interrupted, go outside and stand on the south side of the house, then you'll get a signal. It may be up to 2 to 3 bars outside. All right, so now this goes on the back. All right. And yeah, things have changed, you know. Although as a kid, I wish we had streaming and you can carry your movies in your pocket. You know, if we had those smartphones back then, things would have been cool in the 80s. What did we have in the 80s? We just had regular, we just had the brick. Oh, that's kind of cool. I first thought that was like supposed to be like a reflective sticker, but no, this is actually supposed to be a door. Alrighty. We'll start piecing parts on here, and we'll start slowly getting that together. Yeah, I hope my stories are not too boring. It just breaks the monopolist up of just sitting here and just doing this. Although I purposely did it to one of my videos, sped it up, and I thought throw some piano music or dubstep. YouTube has a thing where you can get some royalty free or pay for a license. Whoops, I didn't meant to put that there. And I don't know, I've been kind of toying on the idea of starting to do that. I know everybody wants the, let's do it like this, it'd be a little easier. Everybody else wants the speed builds, and I thought, well, I don't know. We'll see, but I don't think I really want to go in and just do speed builds. Some really want to get into it, and that's cool if you do. But to me, I'd rather sit and talk to my audience instead of just doing this and just ignore you. Nobody wants to be ignored, especially during the holidays. Alrighty. Well, we're getting there. I mean, that's kind of cool looking. I mean, it's all tiled in. It's all pieced together. That should be it, because we don't have any more of those left. I bet this is going to be the sliding door that goes in there. We still have one plate left. So where did that come from? Huh? Did we miss a piece? We'll take a look here in a second. So, yeah, that goes in there like that. So it's like an air chute. Pretty cool. When I was a kid, we didn't have all that cool stuff, but that's kind of wobbly though, but maybe for the best. Now, I got one of these left here. Where does that go? So I'm going to back track here and take a look. We put that there, so that wouldn't be it. It didn't come from a mock because I haven't worked on any mocks. Seeing if I forgot a piece on this frame in here. Thought it maybe would have been in the back of this, but that doesn't go down any further. We put the one in the front. No, we did not put the one in the front. Okay, that solves the problem there. At least this comes with a brick separator, so if you mess up, you can fix it. I got done with some sets that were targeted towards building alternative models, and they did not come with a brick separator at all, so it was kind of useless. And this is what we have remaining for bag 2. Not quite tired just yet, so let's go ahead and do bag 3. Oh, extra control panel too, we'll have to keep those. I bought a few of those a while back. And I don't know, let me take a look here. I wonder if these are mirrored. I wonder if there's some hinged sides on this. Oh, this is not, obviously. Yeah, there's another side to this here. And then we're putting stickers on it. I'm just checking things in here. So it looks like bags 3 and 4 does the hinge sides. Okay, well let's focus on that now. Let's pull all these out here. So we're going to do bag 3 and 4 right now in this installment. I think that'll take care of the base of the main space station. I watched, there was a documentary. You know, now it's possible to 3D print a house. I kid you not, I watched it. I don't know if it was on Nova or something like that on PBS. And they were showing this young guy, around probably younger than me, building houses, just 3D printing them. I thought, you know, it wasn't like, it's not like etching something from a piece of stock. It was in reverse. It was actually using concrete and just layering beads of concrete on top of one another. And is this the right bag? Yeah. I got these. Oh, wait a minute, here's one. I need 2 of those, so it's hiding from me. But it was kind of cool watching that. It's like, that's kind of cool, but you could tell it looked like it was 3D. If you've ever seen a 3D printer in the stock after it's done being printed, you still have to go in and smooth it out and stuff. And, you know, this set does come with a lot of these. I'm going to be inclined to pick a couple of those up when Lego puts them out for sale. Be great. If they come out with the 1x3x4 windows or the 1x4x3, I'll buy them. And, you know, so far I haven't really seen anything really scuffed in here, which is cool. Probably tired of hearing me complaining about it. And so if you notice, I'm not cussing in these. I'm trying my hardest not to. So I want to target these more for family-friendly builds in a way. I'm still going to sit here and talk about things, but I'm not going to use any. I'm going to try not to use any language. I've been going through. I found one video that I said the S word in, so I marked it accordingly. So I'm going through everything slowly on here. Ooh, a sand blue seat. Ooh, we get 2 of those. These would make great seats for a train or a plane. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, if you've ever watched that movie. I always watch that during Thanksgiving week. That's how my Thanksgivings are. Trying to get home and just like I want to hurry up and get there, and everything takes 10 times longer. But I've never had to go out of town and then have to race back home during the holidays, which is fortunate for me. 20 years ago I would have to. Now with the event of working from home, I don't have to do that. I can just work from home. I can do things remotely, and it's really convenient. Remember when the pandemic hit, and at that time we were just talking about, is it possible to do things from home? Could you have a set of employees work from home versus in a conventional office? And we were just kind of setting up a pilot test for a program for that. Ooh, it's like vanilla wafers. Yummy, huh? So that's when, this was like a couple of months before the pandemic hit, and we were talking. I said, wouldn't it be kind of cool, like if you're sick or something? I'm looking for one more of these. I said, if you were sick or you're taking care of your kids, you could work from home and still get your day work done. And it was possible. It took us 4 or 5 months to actually rough out the kinks and get everything working, and then after that we're getting pretty good at it. We didn't use Zoom. We used our own app we wrote, and it worked. Everything worked. The only thing is, a lot of people though did not have a stable internet connection. They couldn't do all that. So it was kind of hard at first setting it up. Some people had to park out in front of Starbucks just to use their computer. Had a few that didn't even have the interwebs in their house. And some lived in the country, and that was understandable. But the technology's there. It's like now the technology is here, and you could do that. It's like the kids doing the Zooming for school. It is possible. Now they had online school when I was in college, and it was nothing like that. They would televise something over the local over the air for college courses. You had to sit there and watch a professor just lecture. So it wasn't like you were sitting at home watching TV and you had to take a bunch of notes. And that's essentially what it was. Oh, I like that idea. We're getting there. I'm going to show you here. We got that. I'm going to show you. But yeah, that's how they did the lecturing stuff back when I was in school. But it was hard. I did not like online courses. I was one of those types that I had to sit inside of a classroom. And yeah, that looks yummy. A nice little sandwich. Oh yeah. Boy, that just adds a lot of color in there. We've got the mug. Well, this kind of reminds me of like an old school Lego Creator set. But that's how it was back then, you know. Now, you know, you could do everything on your computer and you got that live interaction with your professor. And some kids, including my nephew, they couldn't do online schooling very well. And it's hard. Could I do it today? Most definitely, because I do it with work. It's all about discipline now. You know, you have to discipline yourself. That when you have to sit down, you're going to have to do the schoolwork, and you cannot be distracted. And it's just like working from home. You know, sometimes I'm doing a job where I'm like, oh, and I'll check on the phone, maybe put on Minecraft, and then the next thing you know, I'm starting to get behind. I'm like, oh, I got to start getting up back on work. It's just hard. And working from home could do that. So sometimes I'll just do a little bit of a hybrid, just kind of mix it up. Some days I may work on the field, some days I may not, you know. The pandemic taught us a lot. You know, and some people were like, oh, we're going back to the old ways of things. We don't have to do this online stuff. Which is a very bad thing. Because if something like that ever happens again, what are you going to do? I'm missing a piece that goes on there. And, oh, no, that's not it. Oh, there it is. It's buried in there. And that's one of the things now we've all learned is, you know, is it a substitute? Not really. You're not for the real deal. But if you're disciplined enough, you could do it. I'm going to stick this brick on here now. That's if I can find it. And now with everything the way it is, you know, some kids just cannot handle at home. Like my nephew would just, he would click on the Zoom meeting, play a looped video of him sitting there, and he would doze off back in bed. And I thought, dude, that's not going to help you out when you do your test. And a lot of the kids, they were struggling. A lot of A/B students were getting C's and D's because they weren't immune to it, because it's all about distractions. It's like it's like getting into YouTube doing reviews. You got to release videos at a certain time. So it's all about the discipline. Like what I do here, I'm doing review offers. Okay, I have to get these done at a certain time. I can't just say, oh, I'm going to sit on them and then later on come back and just have one big massive marathon. Wow. One big massive marathon of sets, because I will never get this done if I did. Alright, so after that's done, this goes, here's the door, this goes here. Oh, I see. It goes right there. Oh, it locks in place, so that's what those were down there. That actually locks. Really good, Lego. That's really good. Okay, it looks just like the picture. So I bet you anything this is going to be enclosed, or pretty close to it. That's why some of us call the Gen Zers the Zoomers. because that's basically what they were. They had to go to school and do everything online. And now there's some jobs that don't want you to work from home because of the distractions. And yeah, I have to agree there. Those are kind of neat. I think I have a few of those in black. But it takes a good discipline to, if you're working for me, you know, I don't have a boss telling me I have to do this. I have deadlines. So I have to get these sets done in a timely manner. Okay. I can't just sit on it and go, sorry Lego, but I'm just taking the sets, because you know they won't send you anything if you do not, because you have to file reports. If you don't turn in your reports, they just will not send you any more. So it's like I get the, oh Jay, you must be lucky, you know, you get all these free sets. It's not free, because I still got to be disciplined enough to get things done on a schedule and say, here's my findings. That's why when you comment on the videos, Lego will see it. So if you don't like a set, let it be known. I mean, I'm letting my stuff be known here. They know who I am, so. And yes, they know where I live at, too. And we need sticker number 1 to go on that. And I have to find the sticker sheet. I mean, there's only like a couple stickers in here. 6 stickers. That's not too bad. So sticker 1. Okay. Ooh, can I get this on here? We got to start at the top. And then roll it across. I'm just going to go like that. Oh, I got it on there pretty straight. That's not too bad. Must be the sandwich shop. But yeah, I mean, online learning and working online is it's a discipline. You just have to be good at it. Like when I do stuff at home, I have to work from home. I tell my family, hey, I need to get this done. Don't bother me. All right. Sometimes they will. We'll do something. I'm like, okay, I got 2 hours before something. Let's go out for a bite to eat or something. And that's what I do. But I have to be back at a certain time, so I got to do another meeting or something. Or I have reports I got to file for work. Or a piece of programming I got to proofread before, okay, they go outside, before I can even think about playing video games. Oh, one of these bricks you can use for propane tanks. So it's all about your discipline. It's like when you go to college, you hear about discipline, you study for your discipline. That's what it is. You're studying, you are training your mind to learn something new. You know what? Okay, I was like, do we have to build 2 of those? No, it's just 1. Maybe I should have just built the other one, but I don't know. Wait a minute, the other one's going on the other guy. Yep, so far this set is still at a 10, but remember we had that incident. All right. This goes here. Okay, so it fills that in there. That's pretty cool. What does that look like on the inside? Ooh, that looks pretty good. A little bit of a gap there, so unfortunately, if this was out in space, somebody will be doomed. I bet this one's going to get a different sticker on it too. But doing stuff online is, you know, it's like playing video games. We all can do that. You just don't know when to get off of it, but it's like when you're doing work, you want to hurry up and get it done. I mean, could I handle, especially today with when we had the pandemic? No. some teachers were not so forgiving. You know, even my nephew would bring home some stuff, and a lot of this stuff like math needs to be learned in a classroom. You know, for somebody like myself, I can learn math on my own. I can learn computer programming on my own. Everything else, not so much. We need sticker number 3. And that will be that one there. Matter of fact, did I even put that sticker on right in there? Yes, I did. Just making sure. The white space goes right on the top. Okay. I got all my Ethernet stuff this week, and I need to run some wires. I haven't bought all the plates for the walls. I haven't bought the keystone things. I'm also installing in addition to my local TV, I'm also putting a better TV antenna in the attic too. So we will have better reception out here. Some stations are just kind of questionable, so I'm going to get that in there and see if I can get a few more. Hopefully it'll work better. And so this is basically a clone of the other one we just did. But I'm trying to get that all situated here. Everybody's kind of complaining they want the high-speed stuff in the house, and there's not enough jacks. And I'm like, listen, this stuff was designed just for me. Oh, why do you have Ethernet in a bathroom but you don't have it here? Because I was gonna wire the place up to be a smart home just for fun, just as a hobby, and never really got into it. Every room, except for maybe one of the bedrooms and one bathroom, has Ethernet access. Okay. Really to annoy the kids, huh? Must be the stabilizer things. Or to tune in the radio frequencies for ET and ALF to phone home. Alright, so we need a couple of these. Need to see if I can find a few more blonder tongues so I can run all my closed circuit TVs. I'm going to try to fill up the first 13 channels of my TVs, the channels we commonly watch, and then 14 through whatever, I may start putting the other stuff in as well, maybe channels that are not frequently watched. And okay, is that even going to go in or not? But you can tell I'm kind of like a technology nerd. Must be the stabilizer things. So far I'm pleased with this because it's sealed. This is sealed. This is pretty good so far. This is sealed. I don't know if there's supposed to be an airlock there or what, but we'll find out eventually. We're just about done here with all these parts. I'm just going to go ahead and do bags 1 through 4, so I'm going to stay up a bit late. And okay, it's supposed to be like this. We've got to make 4 of those. And I'm just going to go ahead and breeze through these sections first, real quick. And the reason being is just to get things going. Oh, okay. So these stick in here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I see what they're doing. So you come in here and just readjust these to fit in here. They have a 1-to-1 thing here too, so you can line it up. Maybe I should have done that. It would have been a little easier. Try to wiggle and jiggle that in. So it has this right here. So just copy the picture here. That's what we'll do. And one of my digital manuals, I won't be able to do that, or any of my digital manuals. Yeah, I said I have a couple of sets today, and to my family I said, if you guys want to help build them, and you know, no, please stop asking. I'm like, okay, you got too much of that blank around the house. And I'm like, I'm sorry, my place, I could do whatever I want. And they get all mad over that. I could be into stuff that's not so friendly on the environment or my body. That wouldn't be fun. Sorry that I'm drifting off camera there, but there you go. That's really good. I like that. Like I said, I'm not really interested in this theme. It's just not really my taste, but so far I'm actually happy with the way it's turning out. Let's open that up there so we can kind of lock that in there a bit better. Alrighty. You can tell I don't want to put it down. And it's different. This is not a shabby set. So for $135, well, we'll see what we're getting here. And so far, this is a self-contained. If this is self-contained, this is really going to be nice. Really good. I mean, if this is fully self-contained, this is probably like a Lego City set on steroids. And then we got to put the little roof vents on the top. Got to make 4 of those. So this one's got a lot of detail for what it is. Now I'm looking at this set from a mock builder's perspective. Now this looks more like, just the way it's designed, looks more like a mock. But they have a new Lego City set designer. And I know some sets I get are open back, they're kind of pathetic. But I think these are winners here. And right now we're still at a 10. I don't know where these go. Maybe they go on top of there, we don't know. Okay. Golden radiator grill. So, I mean, this has got a lot of detail for this set. And yes, those do go on top. And that will conclude bag 3. I'm going to go ahead and just do bag 4, and we'll just get the whole base done, because we don't want the draft on that side. But that's what we have left. Alright, we're going to finish up this build installment with bag 4, and yeah, I'm starting to get a little tired now. Here we go. And I got to thinking about the new wave of tutorials I'd like to do. I'm thinking of doing voiceovers on the videos, which means that I can just build the set or build the mock into tutorial form. And as far as for audio is concerned, I can just read off the parts. It'd be probably a bit better than just doing it live, and won't be so much. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Oh, this is kind of an interesting piece. Oh, probably using that for a window or something, we don't know yet. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking of doing. I've just got to think of a way to do this, because it'd be easier to say while I'm putting it together, be putting it together like this. Alright. And I can work as fast or as slow as I want. Because half the time when I'm editing tutorials, I may mess up on a word or say the part name wrong, and I have to go back in and fix it. So what I thought about doing is just saying, okay, while we're placing parts down, okay, you're going to place this and that, and I can, it'd be easy for me to just run through it. and it probably means I can probably shave off some time off the tutorials. So I'm thinking I may try some of the small tutorials with it, and if it does work like that, that means I can film tutorials in a noisy part of the day, and then nighttime I don't have to try to remember what I did. Then I can just watch the video, say, okay, now we're going to place several 1x2x2 corner bricks, followed by some inverted 45-degree slopes. And if I do that, if I say, well, we're going to put some regular 45-degree slopes versus inverted, I can come back in and resay that piece, and the video won't get so jumpy or choppy. So I'm kind of leaning towards that method, you know. And now it's going to be very noisy here and stuff now. It's kind of how I'm thinking of doing it. The only thing you won't hear is the squeakiness of the bricks. I don't think that bothers anybody too much. But I'm thinking of ways to do videos faster and not so painful, because I'm going to be focusing mostly on the other things. That means I can film something and just build it. You know, just build in silence or play some music. And then when it comes time to the thing, I can actually do the voiceovers and edit the video at the same time. It means I can proof it as I'm going. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet. I may need to try a couple of samples. But I'm just trying to think of a way of doing it. It's just audio-wise. Or if I can cut down background noise in general would be too bad. That's the thing. Because more and more I'm getting, every time I would start filming, I'd always have somebody come knocking at the door or something like that. And it's just easier just to stop right there and just place a part down, walk away, and come back a few moments later and then resume where I left off. Or just have the microphone closer to my mouth with a wind guard, of course, a spit guard, and then just turn the gain all the way down so where it doesn't pick up any background noise. I got to think of a way to do it. Okay, we're using this cool piece here. Uh-oh, we got a little hole there. Your eyeballs are going to get sucked out of that. One of these wicker doors, that's what we're using in there. I have to probably, I don't know. I have a bunch of those. I wish they made glass for them. There was a piece of glass that was a prototype that was supposed to fit in those, and Lego has yet to ever release it publicly. And I got to thinking, maybe I should just get a piece of plexiglass or buy one of those pieces that fits in a 1x4x6 frame and just custom make it to fit in one of those. Of course, it'd only be good for mocks, not tutorials, but you know. But yeah, about the tutorials, I need to figure out a way to do them, because the simple tutorials are not too terribly bad. It's the complex ones that I'm kind of don't want to mess up on. Or of course, it'd just be easier just to speed build. That's another alternative. Oh, that comes in gold. So I don't know yet. I'm just trying to find more efficient ways to do tutorials. That means that I can film them anywhere I want. I can film them in a noisy environment, and when I get time, I can read off the stuff. And in addition to that, I can also write up the building guide at that same time. That means I can have the building guides done pretty much the same time as the video. I'm going to have to read up on how to do them. Yeah, everybody here went to bed like at 11 tonight. And you know, I can't play the radio or anything like that, so that's why I'm also doing this. And oh, you stay up so late. I'm thinking, well, it's my time off. I miss staying up late and screwing up my bed schedule and not doing much of anything. This is the time I usually go to work. No, what am I doing right now? I'm building a Lego set. Alright. I got something small we're building here. Hey, you know what we're missing is the minifigures. We didn't even build any minifigures this time. Yeah, but I got to figure out how I want to do video tutorials to where, like I said, I can just breeze through them real quick. Like something that could be, like I'm working on a bus tutorial and it may take a long time to do. Or if I get a scratchy throat or cough and I cough through it, I can just continue building. Or I could be on a phone or something like that, or a Discord call and just do that. Which one's easier to do? I got to think of a way to do them. But then, you know how I build slow. I can actually speed the parts of the video up and still tell you where to put the parts at. This must be a magnoscope. This must be a little laboratory then. So that's kind of how I want to do things in a way. I'm not setting that in stone yet. So if you're thinking, oh, I mean, if you like that stuff, I may just do a poll. I'm thinking about doing voiceovers and let the audience pick. But I really, at the end of the day, kind of want to try to do things newer. I'm trying to do things more efficient because it'd be kind of cool if I were to do like 5 or 10 tutorials a day in terms of filming versus 2 or 3 a week. And just to edit, and next thing you know, I find out I made a mistake. So it'd just be like, I'd be watching the video and narrating. And just use, I have a Yeti mic. What do they call it, the Blue Yeti or something like that, not the Snowball one. And just use that on the computer because that has better quality than the phone. And I got to thinking, you know, that would be a lot better just to do the voiceovers. Or I could just do 2 separate tracks. Like, it'd still have to be quiet, but just build and you can hear the clinkety clink of the bricks. And then I have options. Like I said, I'm trying to think of ways to speed things up a bit more and compact these longer videos down. The retention on a lot of my videos, though, is not really good because nobody can handle a 2-hour tutorial. So, well, there's a yellow syringe in here. I got these in a couple of colors, but not yellow. And then that, let's just assemble the rest of this real quick. But only time will tell. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it'd be something different. Okay, must be the infirmary. And then now we have to drag this back over here and fix this right there. All right. Trying to get this to where you can see a bit more. I may have to do that. Okay. Put these big things over here. Let's put all this stuff over here. I got to do a thumbnail. I may just do that tomorrow when I get up. And then we'll breeze right through this because this is actually going to be the bulk of the work. If I can get the bulk done, it's not too terribly bad. Yes, I'm thinking I'm going to try doing it with one of my smaller tutorials that I'm still working on and just see how well it goes. Maybe do some samples, and then I can just speed up the video just a little bit. So instead of it being a 6-minute video, maybe a 4-minute video, and that kind of thing. Like I said, I don't know. I just don't want to get rid of the flavor of just talking in videos. Okay, remember the last time there were duplicates of this. So what I'm going to do is start pulling out all the parts now. And we're going to just clone it as we go. It'll speed it up a little faster here. And that means, like I said, though, I can go outside and just film it. Maybe just something different, so it's not sound like I'm so echoey in here, and put a little bit more life in the videos, make it a little more clean. Because if you notice, some guys do narrate their videos. It's basically narrating what's going on. It'll be the same style of things, just the audio would be a little more clearer. So you're not hearing the echo. Stuff like this, I'm going to continue on doing the same. These are meant to be raw and cut. So, like I said, it's all about being more efficient, especially if you live in a noisy environment. How do you do it? That means that I can film a tutorial at 3:30 in the afternoon with a house full of people and come back later and just film the audio track. Which one's going to be easier? It's hard to say, because I still have to edit the video anyways. So why don't I just focus on the build, and just instead of like I have to sneeze or something, and I have to reshoot a whole thing over, because most of the times when I have to reshoot something is I say the wrong part name. So I'm trying to eliminate that now. So sticker 4 goes here, which is that. I'm taking it 2 goes on the other one here. And, this is 4 right here. I'm going to fast forward. Yes, 2 goes on the next one here. So far the set's still at a 10. So if you're thinking, oh, Jay, are you going to fail this? Well, we don't know yet. I know back east they're having a blizzard or something. There's nasty winter storms, weather. Out here, it's cold. Next week we're going to be in the 70s again. So it's going to be a bit warm. Wow, we've only been through bag 4 and we don't have that much left. Maybe we might use a little bit more of that sticker sheet. I hope we do. But at least the stickers are very subtle in this set. So far, I have not had any issues with anything yet. It's pretty subtle. Just got done uploading another Lego set unboxing, so that's done. Alrighty. So yeah, I got a bunch of these sets to do. Now I could also do voiceovers on these too, but then again, I want to keep the reviews kind of more raw and unscripted. Well, you know what? Remember we had to build these goofy things here? I'm going to start building those as I find the parts. Jay, you're kind of going all over the place here. Yeah, because I'm getting tired. And I kind of want to get it done here a bit. But for the most part, though, I'll try out some stuff here. Because it's noisy, it doesn't matter. I can sit down with the radio blaring full blast and just build a bus or build a car and then come in and narrate. And then I can just watch the video and say, okay, you place these here. the reason why we're doing this, and then I can just fill it in because I'm going to be talking. Instead, I don't, you know, because if you notice, sometimes I'm building, I say, okay, then take a 1x2 plate and place it there to strengthen everything up. See how I'm pausing it versus saying, let's take a 1x2 plate, place it there to strengthen it up. It's faster and it sounds more, it sounds better, you know. It means the videos will go a lot faster because it's easy just to drop pieces down like this. If I want to do speed builds, I would have to do one at a time and just do it like this and just chop all that out. But that's a little too involved. Gotta love this Denmark toy, the Danish toys. They really know how to make something that works. Alright, so this is 4, and that's 2. So 4 goes right here. And then 2 goes here. Okay. Skip all that. We just installed it. Yeah, so far it's pretty sealed inside. I bet these go on the top here, but we're not ready for those yet. And of course, if I put the pieces in the wrong order on a, making sure we're not no lights, a flashy. And if I make a mistake on a part, it'll still be broken down into sessions. So I don't have to reshoot. My goal is to not to reshoot the same scenes over and over and over again. So I will be tinkering with that idea. That means I can just build like a bunch of tutorials, not have to wait for it to get so quiet so I can focus. And then I can just only have to focus on saying the part names. And that's a lot easier because I can watch the video and say, okay, now we're going to take several of these 2x2 round jumper plate, place them there along with that, and you can do both things at the same time. I think we're going to need those next. That's what we're going to do. Best thing is to tack it in at the bottom and then just wiggle it in. Yeah, this is more like mock quality. I know somebody's going to disagree, but this is more like a mock than it is a set. It's expensive too, but it's yeah, I need to respond back to an email. Speaking of that, I have some fans that will contact me through email to share their builds with me, which is always fun. They'll share video clips. I'm like, you know, you can put that on YouTube or TikTok and share it with me there, and you can get views out of it. Some people are just kind of weary over that, and I don't blame them. Alright, so we're done with that. Now we gotta put this stuff on here. So this is meant to be played with. This is not just meant to sit. It's meant to be played with too. So obviously, I'm really pressing those down. And then there you go. So you can, well, let's open that up and take a look in the inside there. Pretty dark in there, huh? Well, thank goodness I have the floodlights to illuminate that. Alright, so as you can see now, and we're doing pretty good, and these things kind of flex around, but I don't think those are going to go anywhere. So I think this is meant to be roughhoused with too. I almost forgot we got to put the little lights on that. Yeah, so far this set is still at a 10, not a solid 10, but it's at a 10. And Jay, you're just being generous. No, I'm being serious. That's how I see it. It hasn't bored me yet. And if I wasn't so tired, I'd probably continue on and do 5 and do half of it now. It'd be tempting. I mean, I think bag 5 is on. Oh, I see it, and it looks pretty. I mean, maybe I can just take a peek in the manual. It's not going to hurt anything, is it? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. I'll just have to take a look. Okay, yeah, one of my manuals, I forgot to put the flip in there. And I had to rewrite the whole manual again just to do that. This must be a hatch door. Where does that go? Oh, there it is. And we have one of those plates remaining, so I don't know where that went. Okay, it goes here. Oh, okay, it attaches to the top. I don't like the way that just sits like that, but that's what they want. Okay, so I got one 1x2 plate remaining. Let's see where that goes there. We're gonna take a peek. Probably something so silly that I forgot to put in. They've known to have been making mistakes too. Of course, I could just peek on the inside. Already did that. Now let's take a peek in here and see. Maybe I forgot something. So this is meant to close. So for the laboratory, taking a look here and see if I forgot any pieces. And I don't know. Let's just go back to the first step and see here. It's better to check your work. Some people don't. Just check it. Don't be lazy. Just check it. I don't see anything missing in there. It could just be an extra that they sent me here. Let's backtrack the whole thing then, I guess. And let me get the sticker sheet and use it as a bookmark. So, summation of thoughts while we go through this. Yeah, it's keeping my interest. It's not boring at all. Not what I would have expected. And it's playable. It's not something that's by all means boring. Hold on, let me take a look here. Well, there's a black plate there. Oh, I did make a mistake. Well, that's not supposed to be loose. We'll pop that out. Alright. And then we'll stick that in there. There we go. Put that right back in there. That's where that piece went. And yeah, I mean, it's a very challenging build at that. So don't build this while you're sleepy. But for the most part, though, it's kept my interest throughout the build. And let's take a look at the build quality. Now, mind you, we're still in Summation of Thoughts, Jay. And yeah, so we just finished up booklet 1. We're halfway through booklet 2. And we have a syringe left over. And let's see here. So this is meant to be opened up and played with. Look at that. We got our little kitchen area. We have the spinning booth thing here. And then we have the lab. And if you close it up, you notice there is no gaps. I mean here, but I wish that were kind of stuck out a bit further, but this is more like a mock than anything else. And yeah, it's just imagine if this thing is if this set continues to be like this, this is gonna be a drop-in. So far I'm pleased. It's a definite 10. And you get all this stuff here. So this is bags 1 through 4. So far I'm pleased. Well, till we meet again, everyone.